It's not presenting.
Oh no, I'm gonna present now.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, my bad. My bad.
All good.
Go.
All right. Um, hello there. Um, in this presentation, the five of us will define what a great place to work is. One. There we go.
Hi there, I'm Tanner Brown. I got my three biggest takeaways right here. The one I wanted to start off with was employer branding. Employer branding is pretty much how employees of whatever organization views the employer, how they view the employer. Do they treat them? Do they treat them well? Do they treat them like more than just a worker? If they do treat them like more than just a worker, there is a stronger employer branding there compared to as if they just treated him like just there for the money kind of thing, you know. Um, and this kind of relationship between them kind of builds a reputation that even the customers see, and these kind of customers can possibly tell another person about it, and this person could be top talent that would want to work there. So in turn, strong reputation really attracts desired talent. But if you had a weak employer branding, for example, it'd be a lot harder to find that top tier talent. Um, Something that keeps a strong employer branding is having a humanistic leader mindset, or your manager is a humanistic leader. That means he really thinks about the people more than just the money. He puts them first. He really does have an interest in these people. And a good way to have a humanistic leadership kind of mindset is to just have an open communication, transparency, and any kind of conversation between an employee, employer, or whatever it is. It really creates trust in the firm, which is really strong for employer branding, and it's really good for humanistic leaders. And humanistic leaders also tend to bring in joyful work, which I think is the most important element, because if you don't have joyful work, then you don't really, what are you working for? You know, what gets you up out of bed in the morning to go to work? What gets you through the day? Whatever inner meaning, significance that is really what everyone tries to find in their daily work.
Hello, my name is Derek Ingerbretson, and these are my takeaways from the semester. In this class, I learned what career branding was and how it helps you stand out in the business world. While you're creating a career branding for yourself, you will get a proficiently good at that said skill, which creates more of a want for you to work at those companies that require that skill. Next, I learned that technology is very active in human resources and in every company. So the more comfortable you are with that technology, the better of chances you are will getting a job will increase and your proficiency at that job. The technologies that are available to help companies find new employees deal with payroll, performance management, and also doesn't only help the companies, it also helps the people looking for work at that company. And lastly, I learned that joyful work is the most important part of a career, because if you do not find joy in that work, you will lose motivation for that said career, which will create problems.
Hi, my name is Jaylene Hernandez, and what I've taken from Business 340 um, was the way in which people are motivated at work, the way they find joy at work, and the organizational culture which take place at work. With motivation, I've learned what it means to be internally motivated versus what it means to be externally motivated, as well as the factors which lead to both types. When people find themselves being internally motivated, oftentimes it's in relation to the things that they are most passionate about. When they're internally motivated, they don't need anyone or anything to push them into doing whatever it is that they're enjoying, because they find the act to be rewarding in and of itself. External motivation, however, is usually in motion when somebody does something in order to be rewarded or avoid being punished. Moving into joyful work, I've found that micromanaging within a company can be very suffocating to certain individuals. It can lead to suffocating situations and lower performance levels, as well as another barrier, which is an employee's mindset. If somebody is overwhelmed in their life and not taking steps for personal development, they won't feel as if they have control within their life. It can lead to added amounts of stress, and all in all may lead to unhappiness at work. I've also come to learn that individuals should look into aligning their passions with their everyday lives. I feel that in order to do so, they have to be open and willing to appreciate the way other individuals think and empathize with one another, since no one is ever going to be the exact same. Organizational culture, I found, allows members to have a certain sort of collective commitment, along with promoting social system stability that helps to shape their behavior by having something that makes sense of their surrounding environment. When people can't make sense of something, it often leads to poor performance in any given area. I've come to learn that the definition versus good and bad organizational culture varies from person to person. Personally, I'd really appreciate working somewhere that embraces diversity and brings challenges to employee. When companies provide their employee with a difficult task along with the right resources, it allows employees to be involved and their opportunity to grow within the company.
Hi, I'm Brett, and if I were to design a workplace, I would include these three main ideas. My most important idea would be joyful work. I believe that a happy workplace holds the biggest importance. When an employee is internally happy about coming to work, they will have a better performance, better retention, and better lives. That's why I also believe work-life balance is crucial. Work is important, but a person's well-being is always first. The second idea is people development and measurement. I believe it is important to motivate and not degrade an employee. This is done by providing feedback that guides the employee towards the final goal and not micromanage and discourage. My third idea is career branding. It is important for a company to brand itself so their public image creates brand recognition. It is also important that our employees and ourselves understand our own brand and image so we can build on it and become the future employee that we want to pursue.
Hello there. My name is Juan. So to answer the question, what is a great place to work? I would answer this in two ways, personally and for my team. Earlier in the semester, when I was asked to introduce myself, I mentioned three of my values, these being open communication, a commitment to deadlines, and a positive attitude. I knew then that if I would land a job that would allow me to express myself and stay true to my values, then my work would be satisfying. If I had the chance to design a great place to work, these needs must be met. I have asked this question to several of my peers here at Sonoma State, and it appears that our values are quite similar. We all want to work in a place that promotes a positive attitude. We all want to work in a place that when they have a goal in mind, that they can meet those goals by effectively assigning the correct talent to those objectives. And all my friends stated that clear, constructive, and open communication between coworkers is absolutely necessary. With only slight deviations from these responses, it is apparent to me that the new generation of workers who share these similar values will aspire to design their workplace to encourage the right kind of behaviors. It sounds so simple. Why do some companies find implementing these ideas challenging? In reality, not all businesses can accommodate this. In companies that prioritize people over profits over people, almost all actions taken are taken with the goal of maximizing revenue in mind. If time truly is money, then investing time in people rather than money-making objectives may deviate from that goal. Developing companies that are struggling to stay afloat may have the same mindset because they may not be able to afford to invest in their workforce. This does not mean that we should avoid working for these companies. It simply means that there's more work to be done if we are to start creating positive change from within both the company and within ourselves. If I learned anything in this course, it is that joyful work exists. Understanding my values and knowing how to realign my behavior to my goals is key to attaining it. If given the opportunity to design and create a place, to create a workplace environment, I will make a place that matches my values and see to it that my peers will feel the same. This is how we define joyful work. Thank you for listening.